Hi, welcome back to Gridiron TV. I am pleased to be joined by Ed Hopkins and Henry Miller of the Reading Knights. Ed, Henry, thanks very much for joining us. Tell us how last season went and how our team are preparing for this season.
Well, last year was a bit of a rebuilding year. We finished 3 and 5, but it finished with a fantastic highlight of us being awarded £10,000 by the alumni fund at Reading University. And through Football America, we've purchased 70 Rawlins Quantum helmets and several new sets of shoulder pads. It's really helped pick the team up off the ground, and it's been a good season so far this year. We've got new players coming to the team, and it's been really good.
And how have you managed to recruit those players into your team?
It's a difficult process. I mean, my role on the team is usually sort of PR and media and recruiting, so you've got to take advantage of Freshers Week and get out there, have flyers around, sort of do something that the new students can see. Either you're throwing a ball around on campus or you're doing some drills, and eventually you get players getting drawn to the team, and you do a rookie day and they can all try out, try their hand at loads of different positions.
And yeah, we've also done January rookie day just recently, just trying to get a little bit more interest after Christmas when you tend to lose a few people, and that was really successful actually. So we had some really good talent come through just after Christmas.
Ed, you have 3 big games coming up in your schedule. One is against Portsmouth, the big team who won the championship last year. How are you prepared for that? Are you confident going into these 3 games?
Yeah, we played Portsmouth last year, and it was definitely one of the harder games. I believe we lost 30-something to 0, but we're really looking forward to playing them. And whenever you get to play the team, the current reigning champions, it's always a big challenge. But we're looking forward to having a crack at that.
Yeah, being you, I think are the closest geographically, so that's quite a big rival game for us as well. And I'm sure everyone around the league, or at least in the south, knows about BNU's big offence and the sort of the debate that's going on around with that. We've been training quite hard to try and about that in the last few weeks.
We lost by 2 points to them in the league last year, so
payback is key then.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a good game.
Ed, you also helped set up a youth team called the Berkshire Renegades. How are they coming along? Is progress quite good with them?
Yeah, the youth team in Reading is really coming along. We're getting ready for the new season. I'm helping out coaching. I was there this morning. Got some fantastic new talent. And they've even had some good alumni players come through the programme. Had some of the Reading youth players attend the GB trials yesterday. In particular, the young running back, Stephen Misser, we're looking to see how he got on. He's a great young talent. I remember in his first carry last year for the Reading Rebels, he had I think it was a 60-yard touchdown run on his first carry against the Blitz. So
that's brilliant. And the Blitz are a very good side.
Oh, they're a very good side. They've got some excellent coaches and some excellent players. They've got a great setup there. We're looking forward to playing them again. But it's a thriving program in Reading, and we're continuing to recruit, especially from the local schools, just trying to promote sort of getting kids off the streets onto field sort of thing. Really liking what we're seeing.
I mean, we mentioned earlier in the show, we've got a guy, Colin Ferguson, on the show who's running the Edinburgh Coyotes youth squad. Now, I mentioned to him about getting local authorities, getting the government involved to try and fund kids. And I mean, it's all about getting kids off the streets, as you mentioned, and onto the fields, and about getting them off the drugs, getting them away from trouble and crime. Do you see that happen in the next 5 years?
Yes, I really do see it, because whether it's this government trying to figure out how to re-energise and get the youth of the country into good things, I say local authorities will get into it, and there is a key way to do it. When you approach them, you have to tick the boxes. You have to show you're helping disadvantaged students, kids, wherever off the streets. You've got to target specific areas, and local authorities will recognise it, because there's programmes all around the country. Practically every borough council will have an officer in charge of youth welfare, and if you sell it right and you emphasise the parts of the game that can really help kids, whether it's problems with aggression, discipline,
discipline is definitely something you learn from playing the game,
and respect.
Training,
respect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So they buy into that. The local borough councils buy into that. So you got to try. There is funding. I mean, I know everyone's talking about cuts and doom and gloom, but there is funding out there. you just got to go out there and get it, and put the right points forward to these backouts.
I totally agree. I mean, let's go back. You talk about the alumni giving you £10,000.
Do you feel the alumni are contributing more and more throughout universities in the UK, and is it important that you get their buy-in for the sport?
Yeah, I mean, they really want to see what American football can do, and you've got to pitch it right to your alumni at university. You need to sort of emphasise why you need it. But yeah, I mean, they've given us 10 grand, which is the maximum amount of money they were allowed to give to any society at Reading.
So how did you tell that to them then?
The key way, and my advice to any other university clubs trying to get funding, from their alumni fund, is I think the main thing we targeted was player safety, and we had some bad, last season and the year before. We had, older, not particularly well maintained helmets, and we had, quite a few concussions as a result from our players. And I, put in some data about concussions, research about how poor our current helmets were. I really sort of played up. I didn't play up, but I sort of emphasised how bad they were.
Pictures of injuries, like and one guy with like a legit eye from a helmet injury, just having shit helmet.
Yeah, so I basically just tried to emphasise we need better helmets to protect our players from concussion and injury, and show them how good these new helmets would be for the team. And that, really pushed the player safety issue, and it works, and it has been so much better for our team. It's been really beneficial. We've had, I can't think of any recorded concussions this year we've had this season as compared to several last season, and it's because we've had much newer, much safer helmets in the new Hopkins helmets.
Just finally, before we wrap up, tell me, what was your goals for this season? What did you set your team's targets to be?
Make playoffs, really.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal is obviously win that bowl game, but realistically, last year was a rebuilding year. We didn't do so well regular season. I think this year the goal was to have a winning season, and are we in that position now? I think we'd like to maybe be one more game in hand. I think going in at the moment at 3-2, we can. If things go wrong, we can go in. We'll like lose the season 3-5, but I think 6-2 would have been nice. But I think 5-3 is a lot more realistic at the moment.
Yeah, 6-2 will be a big ask, especially when you're going to play the reigning national champions.
Yeah, we've got 3 hard games.
Yeah.
I think we're sort of on target, but a little bit. Another game in hand would have been nice.
Yeah, it'd be excellent. It'd be excellent to see you do it. Now, I hope you do it, and then it'd be good for you guys to go and experience potentially the playoffs, and certainly hope to beat the national champions. No easy task, but it can be done.
No, not at all, but yeah,
it can be done. You just take the NFL for example. Who thought the New York Giants would go and beat Green Bay?
Ed, thank you very much for taking time out to speak to Gridiron TV tonight. I'd like to wish your team all the very best of luck.
Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure being on the show.
Yeah. We will be keeping tabs on you and seeing how your teams go. And please drop us an email if you want to let us know your scores and things like that. That'd be great. But particularly good luck against your local rivals.
Thanks a lot. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah. All the best. Thanks very much.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Dennis Stockblom, tattoo artist at Asylum Tattoo.